Right, Marlon. So I know how to make a mean pot of greens. In fact, people used to ask me to make greens for them for Christmas. One year, I had so many that I had to wash that we ended up washing them in the bathtub. So I am not playing around.
You know, back before the war broke out, I was a saucier in San Antone. I bet I could call up some of them greens. Yeah, noodle some crawfish out the patty, yo. I made some crab apples for dessert now, yeah? Hey, yeah. Ha!
What is up, guys? Tyson Dela Cruz here. Thank you so much for rocking with me. Kamala Harris is back at it again with the change, with the flip of the switch. She transforms into a pandering political puppet to get votes. Oh, man. This is going to be super cringeworthy, and I don't want to beat it up over the head. Pardon the pun, but it is cringeworthy. Kamala Harris was in Detroit, Michigan today, and she proceeded to flip the switch again with introducing a new accent to everybody with a little bit more flavor, if you would. But before we get into that, shout out to everybody watching. Drop your comments down below. Smash the like button. Really appreciate you guys watching. First, before we get into that, before we get into Kamala Harris's new accent, we're going to jump into this. This is her getting out of the SUV. And she conveniently avoids press. She conveniently avoids press because either she's playing her latest song that she's really enjoying, or perhaps she's on a fictitious phone call with her corded AirPods to indicate to everybody that she is on a phone call. Crazy. Crazy. All right. Now we're going to get into this. Donald Trump says this. Donald Trump says, "Happy Labor Day to all of our American workers who represent shining example of hard work. Under Comrade Kamala Harris, all Americans are suffering during the holiday weekend. High gas prices, transportation costs are up, and groceries are through the roof. We can't keep living under this weak and failed leadership." Absolutely 100%. Now, this is very cringeworthy, guys. I'm actually sick and tired of this because this continues to be a thing with the Harris campaign, and she continues to do this to pander to folks to get the vote. And it's gross. It's gross. Like, why are you doing this? You were not born and raised in the hood by any means, or in the mean streets or whatever. And in your CNN interviews and your previous interviews, you don't have this accent. And I'm going to play it right now. Let me know what you guys think about this. Seriously.
And let me say, every person in our nation has benefited from that work.
Regular voice.
Everywhere I go, I tell people, look, you may not be a union member. You better thank a union member.
Pandering voice. I'm going to replay that, and I'll let it play all the way through. This is ridiculous. This is freaking ridiculous.
Everywhere I go, I tell people, look, you may not be a union member. You better thank a union member. For the 5-day work week, you better thank a union member for sick leave. You better thank a union member for paid leave. You better thank a union member for vacation time. Because what we know.
Oh, what? She's back to her original voice. Golly, guys. What just happened there? What just happened? What just happened? I gotta replay that.
You better thank a union member for sick leave. You better thank a union member for paid leave. You better thank a union member for vacation time.
Wait for it.
Because what we know is when union wages go up, everybody's wages go up. When union workplaces are safer, every workplace is safer.
I can't with
When
you.
unions are strong, America is strong. We know what we're talking about.
You better thank a union member. You better. As a matter of fact, union members are the best. Like, what are you doing, Kamala Harris? Your campaign is on fire right now, and not in a good way. Not in a good way.
The labor movement has always understood the power.
By the way, she's Indian, and her father's Jamaican, and she was born in California, then moved to Quebec, Canada, and then resided in California again, which I'll share with you guys. I'll share that later on here in this video.
Of the collective and the power of unity. The power of unity.
That is ridiculous. That is absolutely garbage. Here is another introduction to Kamala's fake accent.
Let's just get through the next 64 days. How about that?
Let's just get more the next 4 days. Like, what is she doing? Depending on what demographic she's speaking to, she changes her accent to pander to the individuals in the community. This is garbage. Like, what?
Let's just get through the next 64 days. How about that? Let's just get through the next 64 days. How about that?
And she proceeds to do a air fist bump. What is she doing, guys? This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. She goes on to say, we fight for the future where every person has the opportunity not just to get by, but to get ahead. Here are the actual facts. 80% of Americans' savings have been nearly wiped out under the Biden and Harris administration. The cost of home ownership is the highest that it's ever been. And she's saying this crap. I lost audio. Hold up. Boom. There we go.
We fight for a future where every person has the opportunity not just to get by, but to get ahead. And so when I am president, we will continue to build what I call an opportunity economy, so that every American has an opportunity to own a home, to start a business, to build intergenerational wealth for their family.
This is the most naive campaign, considering the fact that she has been in office for 3.5 years. And she's saying that she creates an opportunity in economy. it appears as if she's like running against herself. Woman, you have been in leadership for 3.5 years. And you have been the quote unquote worst vice president. And through the prop of mainstream media, all of a sudden you're pandering and the good old jolly Kamala. Good old jolly Kamala.
Fight for a future where every person has the opportunity, not just to get by, but to get ahead.
This is the biggest bull crap I've ever heard. Here's the other thing. Kamala claims that Trump blocked overtime benefits. The truth of the matter is, Obama proposed an overtime rule that was blocked by judges. The ruling was blocked in 2016 under the Obama administration, not under Trump. Trump created his own overtime rule with different conditions. Trump's overtime ruling brought earnings higher than the status quo. The Trump Labor Department estimates that 1.2 million additional workers were eligible for overtime pay. And here is what she said.
As we fight to move our nation forward, Donald Trump intends to pull us back to the past.
Okay. Again, you are in office now. The past to what? Democrats have been in office the past 12 out of the 16 years. And they're blaming all of their faults and all of their wrongdoings on Donald Trump. Come on, man.
But we're not going back. We are not going back. We're not going back. So, and we know what that would look like, right? So, intends to pull us back, including back to a time before workers had the freedom to organize. As president, we will always remember Donald Trump blocked overtime benefits from millions of workers. Tyrese talked a bit about this.
Lie.
And opposed efforts to raise the minimum wage. He appointed union busters to the National Labor Relations Board. And he supported so-called right-to-work laws.
She's going to get absolutely dusted, excuse me, in the debate with Donald Trump. How many of you guys think that she's going to get smoked? Hypothetically smoked, for YouTube purposes. Hypothetically, how many of you guys, she's going to get absolutely, the debate's not going to be good for her if she decides to debate, because she still has not confirmed the debate. She still has not confirmed the debate. And guys, this is a drive-by footage of where Kamala Harris used to live. Definitely not. So where did she obtain the accent from? Where did she get the accent from? Where is she getting the accent from? Meanwhile, at the Tim Walz, at the Tamponteezy rally, Tony Evers continues to say this about Tim Walz. He continues to call him Tom. He continues to call Tim Tom.
Those are the exact Midwestern values, qualities, and work ethic that will make Tom a great vice president.
Who's Tom? Who's Tom, bro? This campaign, and guys, I've said this numerous times, if reality wasn't so serious, it would be funny. And at this point, it is sparking the lines between what is fact and fiction. It is incredibly humorous to see the Harris Walz campaign run through the mud to try to get votes.
that will make Tom a great vice president.
Who's Tom, bro? Who's Tom? Tom Walz hops on stage. Tampon Tom. Tampon Tom hops on stage and claims that Donald Trump wants to force child labor. What? What kind of claim is this, Tom? Tampon Tom?
Somebody said, what's next? Child labor? Hell yeah, it's in there. That's what they've got in there. You see states doing that, putting our children at risk. That's what they'll do.
This guy. And then we have Hollywood elites saying that, particularly George Clooney. And we know George Clooney was heavily endorsing Barack. Hollywood actor George Clooney calls Biden selfless. He says that he's the best thing since George Washington. Listen to this crap.
The person who should be applauded is the president who did the most selfless thing that anybody's done since George Washington. And that's true. And so all the machinations that got us there, that's all, none of that's going to be remembered. And it shouldn't be. What should be remembered is the selfless act.
Presumable crap. YouTube.
Of someone who, it's very hard to let go of power. We know that. We've seen it, all around the world. And for someone to say, I think there's a better way forward, that's all the credit goes to him. And that's really the truth. And all the rest of it will be long gone and forgotten. And so I'm just very proud of where we are in the state of the world right now, which I think many people are surprised by. And I think we're all very excited for the
The best president, the most selfless president since George Washington. I don't know if he realizes that Nancy Pelosi potentially had some things to do with the coup. Ooh, dropping lines, dropping bars. Nancy Pelosi had something to do with potentially with the coup of getting Joe Biden out of there after that horrific debate with him and Donald Trump. And now we have a presidential candidate who got 0 votes during her first run as president. And now she's the quote unquote elected nominee for the Democratic Party. And some other Hollywood folks are coming out and saying this.
I mean, I am so confused by all of it. I mean, I am the token Fox liberal. I come on and talk sense about all of these things. I obviously I'm an actor, but I'm trying to figure out which actors are actually getting paid to push this narrative right now, because any true liberal is anti-war, anti-censorship, pro-health. They would be anti-mandate. That's totalitarian. That was authoritarian. And that was on the left.
Were you supporting RFK and now you are supporting Donald Trump? Where does that put you on this election?
I support Kennedy all the way. And if that means, I'm happy that there's unity right now. I think that, what's happening on the left, if anybody can really examine that, unity is a 4-letter word right now, and so is freedom. And it's not on the right side of things right now. I don't think Trump is a lifelong politician, and neither was Kennedy. And I think that's the change we need. You have Ben Stiller talking about change. The change has been happening for 4 years. What is he going to change? I mean, we're here. We do need a change. And these two men are older men who really don't feel like doing this, I don't believe. And they, they're not playing politics here, which is why so many people are angry. They camouflage everything on the left with all this fake love, but behind that, it's not love.
Yeah. Yep, absolutely. Interesting question that she brought up is how many Hollywood individuals are getting paid by the Democratic Party to promote this whole thing? Shout out to everybody watching. Drop your comments down below. Let me know what you think about Kamala Harris's new accent. Where did it come from? And why does she continue to do this? It is ridiculous. It is absolutely ridiculous. Drop your comments down below. Smash the like button, share, subscribe. And as always, guys, I'll catch you guys on the next one.